Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol BB, Blackberry. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel. Invest for tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor to be aware of the fact that we have a new ticker symbol to share with you today here in Invest for Tomorrow that you don't want to miss. You definitely want to have this one on your watch list and keep it on your radar moving forward. It's part of the EV sector and it has a specific niche within the market share of the EV sector. So it's very interesting. You definitely want to keep your eyes on this one and keep it on your radar moving forward. We'll talk more about it, but let's talk about Blackberry first. So ticker symbol BB has actually been in a downward trend. It tried to pop right back up, reached highs here of $18, and it's dipped down and it's sitting now at 14. So what to expect for the stock moving forward, right? Well, we want to pay close attention to the supports. It already broke through the lowest point of 1339 at one point in the day, and then it brought itself back up, and now it's just curving right back down. If it breaks through support, the next support level is down here at 1226. I definitely write that down to keep it in mind and see how this stock is reacting moving forward. Now, the 50-day moving average is 1514. I want every single investor to write that down. See if I can land exactly on it. Yeah, it keeps jumping around. Well, it's 1514. Write that down. As long as we're below it, we're in bearish territory. And the moment we're above it, we're in bullish territory. It's currently sitting at $14. So the bulls definitely need to break through that. But before that, they have a resistance level to break through, but let's look at support. So this is the lowest point in the downward trend, and that we've seen the stock hit after hitting these highs up here of $28 and starting to pull itself down to newer lows. Now, the support level is 1275. If 1275 gets broken through, your next point of reference is down there at 1226. You want to see how the stock is reacting between each support level and if the bulls are trying to reappear, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. Very important to watch the behavior and how the stock is reacting, because we already are in bearish territory, and breaking through support just means we're getting deeper into bearish territory. Now, our resistance is 1498. If 1498 gets broken through, I do want every single investor to be aware that this does not signify that the bulls have gained control, and it does not signify that the bulls are guaranteed to break through the 50-day moving average and end up back into bullish territory. This is just an indicator for us investors that the momentum is working upwards, and as it gets broken through and turned into a support, the bulls are one step closer to getting over the 50-day moving average and possibly hitting newer highs and new resistance levels. But this does not guarantee that the bulls have gained leverage and that they're guaranteed back up into bullish territory. This is just a stepping stone and the beginning catalyst that the bulls can use to pull themselves upwards. The next resistance level, which is the highest point reached in the day, which is now in bullish territory, is 1554. So you definitely want to keep in mind these two resistance levels moving forward to see how the stock continues to react. But 1498 is very important to watch and see how the stock is doing. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned till the end, because I have a new ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to add it to your watch list. So for everyone that has stayed to this point, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is definitely one you want to do more research on and you want to watch carefully. Now, it's in the EV sector and it focuses on a specific niche, and I've been watching it for a few days, and an article came out on Friday that gave me even more of a confirmation why this one's going to have potential in the long term. I'm not too quite sure how we need to play it out in the short term, because it is kind of hyperinflated in a little bit, and it was going downwards and it just bounced back up, and I definitely want to recommend to every single investor, watch it carefully. So the ticker symbol is ACTC, ArcLight Clean Transition Corp. So here we are with how it reacted when the merger was announced, it went from $12 all the way up to $31. It started to pull back, and this pullback was looking healthy. Now it bounced right back up, and this could be the overall market reaction because the whole market had a slight jump, and it jumped $4, almost $3 and some change, $4 from the lows here. So right now it's sitting at 26.29, and I definitely recommend watching it if it breaks through 2050 and also 2015, right? 22.15, excuse me. Those are the 2 points of support levels to watch carefully moving forward, and we want to see if this continues to pull downwards after this slight jump, or does it consolidate up here, and is it creating the anticipation leading towards the merger? Now, after the merger is something to watch as well. I've seen a lot of these mergers happen so far, and they actually start to have pullbacks as well afterwards. But in the long term, this is definitely a stock to keep in mind and watch carefully, because they have a large market share who ACTC is going to merge with. Let's see this article here. So this is the article that came out on Friday. Yesterday I was going to do videos, and I actually was going to do videos on Friday. I've had a few hiccups, and I apologize for that to every single viewer and investor, but I'm glad that I'm still able to proceed with this information, and it's still one to definitely watch and keep in mind. So when I saw this article from Investors Place, the heading was why investors should pass on ArcLight for now. The key words here to me that stand out is should pass for now. And that's fine. You want to add it to your watch list though, and you want to keep an eye on it and see how it's reacting, because this sector has potential. And this is who they're merging with, Proterra. ArcLight has agreed to merge with Proterra. Well, now that they have agreed to do that, who you should do more research on is Proterra. Now, from what I've seen, they've been around for over 10 years, and they have a large market share in the niche that they do. And what do? They are an electric bus maker. Now, if you guys have seen Arrival and how things are happening in Europe, I could see Proterra being the one in the US market. That's the one in Europe market, Arrival. I could see Proterra being the one in the US market. I'm not sure if Arrival will arrive into the US market. For as long as it doesn't, Proterra has an upward, hand on this one. So over the long term, it basically says Proterra should do very well. That's a good sign. Now it talks about, the pandemic and so forth, why it's not recommended to buy ACTC anytime soon. Now, ArcLight has agreed to merge with Proterra. So when they say this anytime soon, but they say over the long term, it should do very well, and then I see should pass for now, it makes sense that this is the time to watch it. You really want to keep it on your radar and see how it moves. And now we have time to do due diligence as investors and research to know more about Proterra. So if anybody knows more than me or anything else, or wants to share any articles, or even this article, if you find it, you can post a link down below in the comments so that other investors are aware. But I would definitely start with this one, because just the beginning kind of throws you, the good and the bad. And then as you continue to read, it talks about the good and the bad, and all of a sudden the good outweighs the bad, because it tells you all the great things of Proterra and who they are and how they're working and what they plan on doing moving forward. Now, why do I see potential in this stock moving forward? And I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any position in it, but I am here to enlighten you guys on adding this to your radar and keeping a close eye on it. Well, right now we are in the pre-merger, hype and stuff, and after the merger things might cool down again, and we need to see how far down it cools down, and also what's the anticipation leading into the merger. Now, why is this a great one? Well, the fact is that electric bus makers have a lot of potential just based off of the school system. Think about that nationwide. And then public transportation system. Think about that nationwide. There's enough to go around there for them to go ahead and make these buses and receive a lot of purchases and orders over time. So I look forward to how things continue to move, and especially with legislation being passed and going greener and EV becoming more of a norm rather than a luxury or taboo, it's going to change everything about the whole sector. And the fact that this focuses on a niche within the EV sector, which is electric bus makers, and this is one of them, and they have a large market share, in that niche, I could see a lot of potential for this one. So definitely want to add to your watch list. ACTC, it's going to merge with Proterra. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, let's make some money.